Good morning and welcome back to the Daily Resilient Mindset video. My inspiration for today's video was this particular book, Wayne Dyer, The Wisdom of the Ages, and it's actually my favourite book, and I always read a part of it every day. And in the book there are 60 different quotes, passages, poems by a range of people, from sort of Confucius to Martin Luther King to Shelley to Leonardo da Vinci. There's all sorts in there. But my particular inspiration today, when I always read one passage every morning, was William James, who is, some of you may know, is known as the father of modern psychology. Martin Seligman is known as sort of initiator of the positive psychology movement, which I'm a member of. But actually, going way back, because William James was around in the early 1900s, he was a philosopher and psychologist, and I guess a lot of his stuff really fits in with the positive psychology mode. I'm just going to quickly read you the piece from today, because it's very short. It says, "There is a law in psychology that if you form a picture in your mind of what you would like to be, and you keep hold that picture there long enough, you will soon become exactly as you have been thinking." And I guess this goes back to sort of biblical times, really. You know, the phrase, "as you think, so shall ye be." And also I think it hooks into a big debate in psychology over the years between free will and determinism. And what I mean by that is, how much choice do we have in what happens in our life, and how much of our lives is determined by external factors? For example, behaviorism in psychology was very much from the deterministic standpoint. But I've always been, through my psychological studies and beyond really, I've always been attracted to the idea of free will. And I think this particular passage today was attractive to me, and I thought I'd bring it up because I think that there's a real danger at the moment. And I've talked about the press and the media and all this kind of thing before, but after the Chancellor spoke about the sort of impending difficulties in the economy, the newspapers the next day were straight on to, we could be into the worst recession for 3 centuries, and all this kind of thing, 35% drop in the economy, and they just grab onto this. Now there's a problem here, because our thinking is influenced by many things, and that can be right from early times, from our parents, peers, all those sort of experiences. But one of the things that can influence it as well is the media and what's going to be said over the next few months. And I saw this in the 2008 recession, when the papers just kept feeding into a collective psychology that we were in a really terrible place. Now, I'm not saying that we're not in a really, really difficult and challenging place. The problem is that if we focus too much on the fact that it's going to be difficult, we're going to be in problems, we can lose our businesses, all that kind of thing, we can lose our jobs, then again, as ye think, so shall ye be. And I think that it is going to be much more helpful if we have choice and if we have free will, which I believe we do, to start envisioning a future where we get through this. It may be that you had dreams and things that you wanted to do before this crisis, and you've started to shut them down. That could be from a career perspective, your business, could be personally. Hold on to those, because if you have a visualization in the future of where you want to be, if you have ideas where you want to be, if you have ambitions, if you have dreams, hold on to them. Because I think a lot of the time, the house starts to fall in place if you have a deep enough, passionate vision of where you want to go. And for the moment, that just may be getting through this, getting through it healthy, and getting through it with your business or your career intact, and being able to move forward and being financially viable and keeping your home and all those kind of things. Because if you get too hooked into what the media is saying at the minute, you'll be fearful of losing your home and all those kind of things. And I'm not saying for one moment that you don't need to do certain things to make yourself secure, but be mindful of the fact that your thoughts, your vision of where things are going will impact your behaviour. And I would encourage you to be as hopeful, positive as you can be about getting through this, where you're going to get to, both personally and professionally, and then look to see your behaviours follow that. So there you go. That's my thought for the day, really. And it is about actually being very mindful of the future that you are starting to see, and not getting sucked into what will be, for sure, in the media and on the news and everything, a complete sequence now of doom and gloom for a long time, and there will be more and more of that. Look to detach from that more. Look to be independent in your thinking, and if people challenge you on it, and then that's fine. It's your choice. As I say, you're free to choose what you want to see for your future and how you want to think. I'll see you tomorrow.